Hey everybody, I'm Samantha Rae.
And I'm Jay.
And you're listening to Hank Jr. on Hank's Corner.
Woo!
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another exciting episode of Hank's Corner. I am your host, Hank Jr. I'm part of Hank Jr. Productions, where I'm documenting life's moments through photography, videography, and, of course, podcasting. And I'm so excited about my next guest that I have on. Actually, it's a duo right now. They have a debut album that has 12 songs called The High Road, which was released back in July. She is the currently nominated for the New England Music Awards Country Act of the Year. Please welcome to my show, Samantha Rae and Jay. Hey, and that rhymes too. Hey guys, how you doing?
Hey, how are you?
How are you?
Yeah, get that rhyming going on there, Samantha Rae, Jay. Hey, how's it going? So I definitely appreciate you coming on to my podcast and my little corner here. I am in the Tampa Bay area, for those that know me. Where are you guys calling in from?
Well, we're down in Jay's studio in Lynnfield, Massachusetts, but I live in New Hampshire, in a small town called Kingston, and Jay lives here.
I live in my studio.
Yeah, pretty much.
Live in the studio, and your studio kind of. I mean, I can't tell from the picture, but I get a little bit of a corner. A lot of people have studios, but my wife only allowed me to have a little bit of a corner, so I don't know if yours is. It's actually just hard to tell, but I don't know if it's as small as mine here.
I've got a band room where we record band stuff. It's about 22 by 17. And then I've got a control room that's about 10 by 10.
Okay, well, you're definitely outdoing me. We were joking a little bit offline. If you guys are watching on video, we got a little thumbs up that keeps popping up, and I swear it's Samantha that's doing it. I'm going to blame you, but
I don't know what that is, but yeah, thumbs up to that, I guess.
Yeah, for those that know, I do my podcasting on StreamYard, and I know they're coming out with new features. I don't know if that is a new feature that we just can't control or what, but I know I'm not doing it because my hands are right here. I'm not touching anything, and say there it goes. But just for those that
anyway, so the thumbs up will just be here. It'll be all good.
Well, it really should be over my face because nobody actually wants to see me when they only come on for the guest. And you mentioned that you're calling out of the New England area, and early on, we're talking about 150 episodes ago. I had on a New England artist who was kind of well known up there. I don't know if you know her, but Annie Brose was one of the first ones to be on my show. Are you familiar with her?
Yeah, we know Annie. She's definitely right from around this area.
Yeah, and she was the one that made sure I knew that country music is alive and well in the New England area.
For sure. I've been saying lately, like Lainey Wilson said, country's cool again, and it's thriving here in New England and everywhere, and that's just such an awesome thing because country runs near and dear to me, and like growing up on a farm and just all the things. So it's a huge influence on my life.
Yeah, and that's awesome. I love country music, and I'm glad it's up there. When I lived up in the northeastern part, it was outside of Philadelphia. We only had one country music radio station in between, I guess, Delaware and New York. It was only one coming out of Philadelphia, and I think I like to think that it's gotten a lot better since then.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot. Here we have so many radio stations that are just for country, and also like if you're on the streaming or Sirius, you got the highway and all those good things. So we're lucky.
Yeah, definitely. And so, one of the big things that we're going to be talking about, like I said in the introduction, you have a debut album and it's got 12 songs on it, correct? Did I count it right? Because I only have 10 fingers.
Yes, 12.
Okay.
All the songs Jay and I wrote together and produced them, and we're really proud of it.
Yeah, and I want to start with kind of the basics, being that it is your debut album. How important was it for you to get this out and then to do it in this format as opposed to just, singles here and there, to put it actually as an album?
Yeah, this isn't our first time doing an album, but it is our first time doing an album for Samantha Rae. And, we just kind of talked about this the other day, kind of like a catalog to be like, here I am, here are our songs to start with. And we did it took about 2 years to really put everything into place and all arrangements and production and on everything and to get it right exactly how we wanted it. So it's taken a while, and we're just so excited that it's finally out into the universe and born and all that. So it was very important.
We were coming off a pretty bad band breakup type scenario, and Samantha and I had about 8 songs between the two of us that we wrote. We wrote in a little different style back in the first projects we were in, where we would mostly write the song. We would write 85% of the song, and then we would help each other finish the song. And we had about 8 songs from that. And then when we left the band we originally founded about 6 years ago, we decided we're going to probably use those songs at some point or look at that stuff. But we wanted the album to be like net new, completely new writing. So what we did, like Samantha said, 2 years ago, we started writing from scratch, and we wrote the 12 songs on purpose to just start something new, and to make sure that it was not leaning on anything that we had done in the past. And we're super happy that it came out. We didn't know how it was going to come out, but we were really happy with the result of it. So now we know we have 8 songs in tow, and we're still writing today. So we've got another 8 songs we've written. So now we have to figure out, like you said, we're probably going to go the singles route. Like, we wanted to have an album to start as a sort of a base product to the Samantha Rae solo project. So now that we have an album with 12 songs, now we can do the singles route. And I think the singles route actually works better for promotion, because once you do an album, it's like bing, bing.
Yeah.
And it's, 3 months later, it's like, when are you going to have new music? It's like, we just spent 2 years creating music. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's definitely a mix on how you got to market today. And, I'm a little bit older, so I'm from the old school. And, I like how, if I'm not mistaken, that you guys are putting this out on vinyl.
Yeah, we're really excited. We were just really narrowing down the pictures and the inlay and everything that we really want in there. For like little surprises for the album. But I listen to vinyl at my house when the few and far between times that I get to eat dinner as a family at my house, we put the vinyl on, any vinyl. So it'll be a treat to really put our own vinyl and do that. So yeah, there's some surprises in there. So we're really excited. We've already got some pre-orders, and we can't wait for it to come in. I am excited about that. Well, we did put all the songs in the order of like a story, because I think, like, in the direction that you're saying, in an album, it takes you kind of on a journey, and that was kind of what we wanted to incorporate into the track sequencing, which is like a lost art, and we wanted to really bring that into our album. So we've hit a lot of different things that we wanted to accomplish, and that's definitely one of them.
I'll tell you what the head scratcher was, though. So we're putting in an order for the vinyl. It's half sold already, because we knew a lot of people wanted the vinyl, and it's a collectible. It's like really cool, translucent red, black splatter. We're doing like all this groovy, cool stuff of, future, modern albums. But the head scratcher is, we created CDs and it was like selling out of the. I was like, you want a CD?
Yeah, for real.
People walk up to us at shows, you got a CD? It's like, who has a CD player? So that was the surprise and the head scratcher. I was like, I've never thought we put in like an order for 200 CDs, and like three quarters of them are gone already.
I know, so funny.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I do like CDs, and they're a great tangible thing to put out, and gives the artist something to say, hey, look, this is mine. But there's just something different about the vinyls, and I like it. And, I hope they're not all gone. just yet because I like to put in an order and get one if you guys are going to autograph it for me. But I do hope that at some point, as long as I get in, it sells out. And so let's go ahead and play the more recent song that you have that's out from the album called Gaslighter, and we'll come back talk some more.
Love that.
In the night, gaslights dim, wishing you were here, but where you been? Gems in the attic, missing in the light. I'm going crazy, you're gone all night. I'd do anything for you. Hell, I'd do anything, but you're a murdering two-time, a whistle-blowing old-timer taking me out. Ooh, walking on a thin wire, takes me like a dog fighter. You're a gaslighter. Buying our land, pushing our cattle, middle class stand in a line of battle. Right near the base, the homeland lies, fighting a war that's right inside you. I'd do anything for you. Hell, I'd do anything, but you're a murdering two-timer, whistle-blowing old-timer taking me out. Ooh, walking on a thin wire, cage me like a dog fighter. You're a gaslighter. But you're a murdering two-timer, whistle-blowing old-timer taking me out. Ooh, walking on a thin wire, cage me like a dog fighter. You're a murdering two-timer, whistle-blowing old-timer taking me out. Ooh, walking on a thin wire, cage me like a dog fighter. You're a gaslighter.
Welcome back to Hank's Corner. That was Gaslighter off the debut album, The High Road. I got Samantha Rae and Jay here having a good time, learning some new stuff about them, and definitely want to promote this album because I've been listening to it. And, I like every song. I can honestly say that. I do have a couple of my favorites we might be talking about, but I can say I like every song, and I definitely can't wait to get the vinyl, so I'll put that in. But, before we go any further, I always like to do the segment, and now it's going to be a little bit tricky because now I get to do it with two people on the screen, but I want to do two truths and a lie. If you guys want to play it, basically you're going to give me three statements. Two of them are going to be true, one of them is going to be a lie, and then I need to by the end of the show kind of figure it out without trying to ask the wrong questions that will give it away.
Okay. All right. I think we got them.
All right, go ahead and hit me as I write them down.
Okay. Let me just think real quick of what I'm thinking here. Because I need to look straight at you to make sure that you don't know which one is the truth and which one is a lie. Okay. 2 truths and a lie. I'm going to go with Jay and I have the same zodiac sign. I've been
Okay.
to 5 movies. And Jay and I both drive Jeeps.
All right. So I need to figure out if you and Jay share the same zodiac sign or drive the same both Jeeps, and have Samantha has been in 5 movies. So that's definitely interesting. I kind of want to guess a certain way, but it's only because I'm hoping it goes a certain way. But we'll see if we could figure that by the end of the show. But tell us a little bit about, kind of how, individually and group wise, you got your start, and, what brought you to do music full time?
Well, growing up, I was in church choir, so I've always had a thing for music, and I went to school in New York for musical theater, actually. So I always was very theatrical and really just into the arts and music. When I came home, I've been in different bands, and when Jay and I met, we had started a country band, and then just progressed from there. And the writing, though, recently, and doing more of the like growing as an artist, and that's kind of where I'm at right now. And Jay's done it for a little bit longer than I have, but having that path and now just that outlet of artistry and growing as an artist is really cool. And that's what's special to me and how I got into it. But country music obviously is where my roots are. And I have grown up on a farm. It's just kind of in my DNA. So love country music. Jay, what about
I started playing drums when I was about 9 years old, into the Beatles, and even I think TV shows like the Monkees were huge inspiration to me. The music that was on the radio and just the old classic rock through the 70s and 80s. I just had my head in music magazines and tour magazines my whole childhood. I was the kid that stayed in and played drums while the kids were playing kickball out on the street. So I went into the arts because I'm super creative that way. So I went to Berklee College of Music, didn't graduate, but I went through a few years. Then I went to art school, and then I went into technology because I realized I couldn't make enough money doing either one of those things. But the nice thing about it is it becomes a hobby, and it's something that you can do the rest of your life. And it's something that brings a lot of value, quality to your life. And it's a nice passion. So once I got older and we got into bands together, I was able, the cool thing about it is I played drums my whole life, but I dabbled with guitar my whole life. And I never knew that I would ever benefit from that. Well, when we got together for the solo thing, we had to go out as a duo so we could sing our songs in an acoustic format. We also have a band, but we do acoustic. And the time that I spent dabbling with guitar allowed me to fast track myself to play guitar. So now we're singing and playing in a duo all over the place, and especially in New England. We've gone down to Georgia, Nashville. And the only reason why we can do this because I did dabble all that time. So it wasn't a huge thing for me to get up to speed and to be able to play and perform.
Yeah. And, listening to some of your influences is pretty cool. I know some of the younger audience may not recognize all these different animals out there when you talk about the Monkees and the Beatles. I mean, who hasn't really heard of the Beatles though? I mean, even if you're young, but the Monkees may not necessarily be as famous. But I do remember them, and I used to like watching them when I was younger as well. But as far as the drums, I mean, how does one at 8 years old go by playing the drums? Because I mean, as a parent, I'm glad that today you can do them electronically and listen to them with headphones. I don't know how your parents enjoyed the drums when you're 8 years old. How does that work?
Is a tremendous amount of guilt that I live with that I put my mother through for My mother and father didn't live together, so my mother took the brunt of it. So the problem with anything like a drum or a violin or anything is like you're really terrible until you're okay. Some instruments you're not as bad, but drums, man, it's brutal. So
which I'm learning because, yes, Uncle Jay gave my son some drums and sticks, and so that's in our living room. So I'm living that at the moment.
Yeah, it's a whole different perspective when you're a parent and having to listen to that. But thank God for the parents that are supportive of their children. We're going to go ahead and play a double play from the album. I want to play Pinocchio and Therapy, and then when we come back, I want to know a little bit more about the album itself.
Sure thing.
I'll take the high road, you take the low. Each one gets us where we need to go. Yeah, I play the bad guy, you play the victim. It's all part of your ecosystem. Truth of it all, you brought on the world. I wasn't ready, but you surely were. I had all I could do to hold my head steady. Tell me why would I leave? We were just getting ready. You may have Jimmy and Geppetto, but the lies built up all your ammo. Oh, Pinocchio. I'll be a character, Sleeping Beauty. I was hurt, now I'm wide awake. For heaven's sake, didn't think you'd go this low. I see your strings that you put on them. Don't call friends, you talk shit about them. When I gave you my time, my life and my heart, just so sad that you tore it apart. You may have Jimmy and Geppetto, but the lies built up all your ammo. Oh, Pinocchio. I'll be a character, Sleeping Beauty. I was hurt, now I'm wide awake. For heaven's sake, didn't think you'd go this low. Oh, Pinocchio. I got no friends, so I have fun. I got no friends, things to love. Go have your fun. You may have Jimmy and Geppetto, but your large strings, they cast a shadow. And I hope you know that I'm not your character, Sleeping Beauty. I'm not her, 'cause I'm wide awake. It's your mistake that you let me go. Now I'm wide awake. It's your mistake that you went so low. Oh, Pinocchio. Oh, Pinocchio. Oh, make me wanna tip the hat for you, baby. After about drink 1 to 3, I'll be dancing in these boots for free, kicking up shit all over this damn city. 'Cause I don't even have to drink, and I look smarter than you think. If I'm talking about you to my shrink, then you gonna need a little bit more hold of me. Said you gonna need to keep me wild and free. You gonna need a little bit more tricks up your sleeve, 'cause I'm good where I'm at, but you're gonna need therapy after that. Whoa. Ooh. Whoa. Yeah, every Thursday I recommend if you're going my way to keep an open mind. Don't call me crazy. I don't even have to drink. Might be smarter than you think. If I'm talking about you to my shrink, then you gonna need a little bit more pull to me. Said you gonna need to keep me wild and free. You gonna need a little bit more tricks up your sleeve, 'cause I'm good where I'm at, and you're gonna need therapy. Hey, you gonna need a little bit more pull to me. Said you gonna need to keep me wild and free. You gonna need a little bit more tricks up your sleeve, 'cause I'm good where I'm at. You're gonna need therapy after that. Whoa. Ooh. Whoa. Therapy. Whoa. Therapy. Whoa. Therapy.
Welcome back to Hank's Corner. I'm Hank Jr. and my special guests are Samantha Rae and Jay. And you just heard Pinocchio and Therapy off the album The High Road, which just recently came out in the summertime there, July 16th. And I'm curious about The High Road, the title itself. Where does that come from? What does that mean?
Well, y'all just listen to Pinocchio, and the first lines of that song are "You take the high road, I'll take the low," and or "I'll take the high road, you take the low." Excuse me. So the high road is derived right from that song, and it's very relatable. And we thought that that was a great title to encapsulate all the songs, and yeah, so that's exactly where it came from.
Everybody has a Pinocchio.
That's true.
Yeah, and it's a cool name for it, but if I'm going to be honest, I don't know if you'll be honest, but taking the high road a lot of times in life is not always the easiest thing, and I don't always take the high road myself. What about you? I mean, are you able to do that, or is that something you struggle with like me?
Sometimes it's a struggle, but yeah, ultimately it is the way to go. And just keep your head high and keep working. Like I'm a workhorse. So nothing, I'm really like chill. Nothing normally bothers me, but some things do get you, and it is tough. And the second song there, called Therapy, I work on that every Thursday. So
there's a reason why I kind of put those two together, and they're both great songs, and I love them, and I definitely like Therapy for sure, and a couple of other songs that are my favorites. But I know musicians will always say, I can't pick which one's my favorite. They're all my babies. But occasionally I'll get an artist to say, yeah, this is one I like, or this is one that, I put it on, but it's not one of my favorites. Do you have a favorite from the album?
It does sound cliche. I mean, like, we've worked so hard on all of them and put so much time into them. I mean, I really do love them all. Taking Me Down was probably one of the ones we've performed the most. So it's done really well on all the streaming platforms, which we can't thank all the fans enough and everybody that's listening. And Gaslighter, which you have previewed earlier also. So, I mean, I'm not so sure I do have a favorite.
It might be more like moments.
Yeah.
Like there's favorite moments.
In
And
each
it's almost like
song.
your kid having kids. It's like, what's your favorite kid? It's like, I really like the way my son studies. I really love the way my daughter takes care of her other son, my other
Yeah,
son.
that's a good way
Like,
to put it.
So it's almost like I think back to the album and I think of the highlights, the things that really,
Right.
make the hair on your arms and your neck
Right.
rise up. It's like, wow,
There's like,
magic moments in there.
right.
Yeah, that's a good way to keep that song being kids analogy going, and definitely whether it's different parts of the song itself that you feel it, or just the different moods that you might be in might actually hit you better at a different time. Now I haven't been to see you guys play yet. If somebody were to come and see you play, what should they expect from your performance?
First of all, I'll be wearing all black because that's all I do. So, it's a real rarity to see me in red today. So, but I still have black. So that's number one, I guess. And if people are coming to see us, we're love to put on a show. Like I said, I'm very theatrical in the live show. In our acoustic show, we're still joking. It's a very like kind of intimate with the crowd for acoustic, and we do take some requests, and it's always a fun time, and we read the room and see what people are feeding off of and want to hear, and we enjoy doing that.
I mean, Sam's a really dynamic performer. So in the full band, it's all Sam. We have a great rhythm section when we go out and we play with a full band, but we leave the front of the stage for Sam to roam and connect with the audience.
I like that you call it roaming. More like my ADHD really kicks in.
She's super energetic and a really great front person, and it's going to lend itself well. We're hoping with the music that we've written and continue to write that will land some opportunity to play in some type of a tour opportunity or some type of a bigger showcase where we can highlight Sam's talent out front. And the acoustic, I get to be a little more of a ham because I get to sit next to her and play. So she has to acknowledge me next to her. She's like, kick it in. And then she's off on a tangent.
Yeah, that's the way it goes sometimes. And, that's pretty cool. And whether it's the full band or just the two of you, I definitely would love to see you play. In the meantime, I'm going to play a couple more songs, another double play off the album. I Only Cry in Trucks and Burning in My Soul. And we'll come back. We'll start wrapping things up.
Nice. Thank you.
Well, my girl took me out on the town. Since you, I've been really feeling down. Well, I finally got her done. B61 and we're having fun till we walked out to the lot. It's when I stopped. Said I only cry in trust. I know I shouldn't care too much, but as soon as I've been, take me back to where I've been. You could have drove a Mazda, Honda, maybe a Jeep. My emotions are stuck and my heart's feeling weak. Wish I could get into it, but I'm stuck. Jacked up wheels, just my luck, I only cry in trucks. I'd be fighting back these hairs like a little bitch. F-150 I really liked. GMC was just my type, but they all just left me here in a puddle of tears. Said I only cry inside. I know I try to care too much, but as soon as I hop in, takes me back to where I've been. But I drove a Mazda, Honda, maybe a Jeep. My emotions are stuck and my heart's feeling weak. Wish I could get into it, but I'm stuck. Jacked up wheels, but just my
welcome once again back to Hank's Corner. I'm Hank Jr. You're with my special guests, Samantha Rae and Jay, and you just heard I Only Cry in Trucks, Burning in My Soul. Two of the songs I do like, and, I'm a truck man myself, and, I have to, I was going to ask this question earlier before we went through the two truths and a lie, but I'm going to have to hold off on it because one of them has to do with what you guys drive. So we're going to kind of, kind of maneuver around that one and come back to it. But, I'm a truck man myself, and, I definitely love that. And even if it means I'm the one that has to take the stuff to the dump, either way, it's still nice having a truck. But we'll back up a little bit and talk about performing. And offline, I invited you guys to come down to the Tampa Bay area. I always love doing that. I opened up my house to let, guests stay here and, perform at the Tiki Cove, which is just 5 minutes away. But, that was brought up specifically too, because you got something that's going on in Florida as well. What's the deal with that?
I do. So I train horses also during the day. And so we're going down to Ocala. I leave Thursday, and it's at the World Equestrian Center, which is an amazing place. I don't know if you've ever been, but it's basically like Disneyland for horses. It's just, it's amazing. And so we do have a week-long horse show there. So we try and, I'll be like on the phone or video chatting Jay, being like, what are we doing today? And but so I'm a cowgirl by day and rock star by night.
Well, that's awesome. And I've been to that area. I have not been able to see like all the good shows that go on. I've happened to only be there. I don't know if you know Allison Asarch out of Nashville, but she comes down and plays there on occasion. So I've been up there to see that, but I haven't really gotten the opportunity to see the horses. And I haven't watched Heartland like a lot of people have, and I guess it's like on season 20. I mean, I can't believe there's so many seasons out there. We finally made it to season 4, and it just reminds me of the days when I was able to at least be around horses, and I haven't really been around them anymore. But man, that is such an awesome life that you got to be living there.
Like I said, I'm a workhorse, and it's a lot. People don't really understand the totality of what it entails, and it's a lot. But it's very parallel to being on the tour road, so we're ready if that ever happens. It's very similar. So I mean, it's really awesome. The animals are the best.
And what about you, Jay? Do you enjoy horses as well, or?
I'm scared to death. Actually, the funny thing is, when I first met Sam a long time ago, she has I think, what type of horse is it? A Morgan?
My personal horse is a Morgan horse, and he's 31. That's really old. But back when Jay met me,
and
wasn't old.
She gave me some kibbles or whatever they call them. That's how big are. And I was like, I don't even want to feed this thing. It's teeth as big as as you can imagine. So she hops up on this thing without a saddle, and she goes about 35, 40 miles an hour down an asphalt road. And I'm like super, child safety, mental case. And I'm like, you're going to hurt yourself. She's like, what are you talking about? She just comes flying back. So she's live free or die, New Hampshire.
That's true.
I'm, be careful. Lock your doors. Make sure your alarm's set. She's keep my doors open.
I'm like, lock it. Why are you locking your doors?
So we are very different when it comes to that stuff. But yeah, I mean, I love animals. We both have dogs. That wasn't one of the trick questions, right? Okay.
That wasn't. No, we have I have chickens, 3 dogs, a cat. Like, it's just I just take them in.
I stop at dog.
Well, I was going to say I liked everything until you got to that cat. I mean, I was good with everything else. Not necessarily a cat person, but I don't mind them. Put it that way. I'm not like I can only have dogs. And right now we just down to finally one pet. We have a chocolate lab that's called Hershey, and we've had him. He's a rescue now for about at least 7 years. I think we've had him, and we've had multiple animals over the years, but never a cat. And we'll stick with dogs.
Good to know.
And so I think it's enough time that I've wasted and kind of prolonged, but I do need to figure out, where are you telling me the truth and these two truths and a lie and which one's the lie? And so you said that you and Jay have the same zodiac sign. You've been in 5 movies, and both of you drive Jeeps.
Mhm.
So I know you got that great poker face on, so I'm not going to be able to read it off of your face. But so really, I'm going to go with what I hope is true. I'm going to go with that you have been in 5 movies, that you both drive Jeeps, but that you don't have the same zodiac sign. I'm probably wrong, but let me have it.
Yes, so I do drive a Jeep Gladiator truck, and Jay has driven a Jeep. I have been in 5 movies, but we do not share the same zodiac sign.
So I was close. I was wondering about that zodiac, and I was definitely hoping about the 5 movies. Tell us a little bit about that.
I always say that, and then I'm like, oh shoot, I don't remember exactly which ones they are, but then I wrote them down before. When I came back from New York, where I went to college, I split up my years. I transferred, and then I started paying my rent and stuff with like being an extra in a lot of casting calls in Boston. So I've been in The Proposal, My Best Friend's Girl, The Town, The Surrogates. That's with like Bruce Willis, and there was a wedding
Planet of the
one.
Apes.
I wish I was a Planet of the Apes. That would have been really cool. There was one I think I said The Proposal with Sandra Bullock. And I did get to meet a lot of them, and they were really awesome. Some of them I didn't do anything, and I just sat in holding, and they like used my car for like an extra bump, and that was pretty cool because I just read books and got paid. So
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I've never gotten that experience, and I've talked to people that have been on the podcast who do things like they're extras at the Grand Ole Opry when they have shows and things like that. And I'm like, man, I really need to figure out how to at least be an extra, because I know I'm not going to make it big, but if I can at least get in there with a room full of big people, I'll be happy.
it was really cool just meeting people and people that like doing the same stuff. And I make friends with like the grip crew and the lighting crew and that kind of thing. So yeah, it was a neat part of my life that I got to do that kind of stuff. So
Yeah, well, that's definitely cool, and I'm glad that was one of the truths on the 2 truths and a lie. But everybody that's been tuning in, we definitely appreciate it. Go follow Samantha Rae, but be careful. It's Samantha Rae official on social media, but SamanthaRae.com, which is listed below here. Be sure to check her out. Be sure to follow her. That doesn't cost anything, but if you can, because the artists do, kind of rely on the merchandise being sold, because streaming, we've talked about this before on the podcast, doesn't really bring them anything, which is good to stream, but go out and buy the vinyl album, the CDs. Just save me one of them so I can have it and play it here.
of course.
But Samantha and Jay, it's been so great having you on the podcast. If you ever want to be on Hank's Corner, you're more than welcome.
Oh, thank you so much. Thanks for having us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
I wake up, I'm still tired. Go to work, wish I was fired. Hear your voice, you're still trying. Take my pills, still feel like dying. Ooh, where did you go? Ooh, I gotta know. Ooh, where did you go?